All right, Mr. Lamb, you can call your next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls Lieutenant Timothy Allen. Lieutenant Allen, if you'll just pause when you get to the witness stand and look towards me, please. Raise your right hand. Swear the evidence you give in this case will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat, sir. What's your name?
Timothy Allen.
And where are you employed?
I'm employed with the American Police Department.
What's your position there?
I'm a patrol lieutenant.
Do you now, or have you in the past also worked, I guess, a side job, as it were, at another location in Americus?
Yes, sir.
Where was that?
My side job is Phoebe Sumter Medical Center.
Okay. And what do you do at Phoebe Sumter Medical Center?
I'm a security.
How long have you been with the police force?
I've been with the city for about 20 years.
Okay. And how long have you been with Phoebe Sumter?
Phoebe Sumter, I've been with them for about 4 years.
How much do you work over there?
How much do I work?
Yeah, huh? How many hours a week typically?
Maybe 18 a week.
18 a week. Okay. Okay. So, did you were you working at Phoebe Sumter on January 14th, 2024?
Yes, I was.
And that afternoon,
Make sure all the phones are off, please.
that afternoon, sometime shortly after lunchtime, do you recall seeing a white Mustang pull into the parking lot and up towards where the emergency room entrance is?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. What happened when you saw that car pull up? Tell me first where you were.
I was sitting in the security booth.
And where's the security room?
It's as soon as you pull up, it's right there in the front near the entrance to the emergency room.
Near the main entrance to the hospital, or the front entrance to the hospital, or the emergency room entrance on the side?
The emergency room on the side.
Okay. And so you're in the security booth and you saw the car pull in. Where did the car pull up to?
The car pulled up. What we noticed was the car pulled in the wrong way. So that brought some attention. And once the car pulled the wrong way, I noticed that a black male exited the vehicle.
Where did the car stop? Did it stop?
It stopped right there at the emergency room entrance.
Okay. There's like a portico, like that.
Yes.
It covers like a brick portico where you can sort of pull up underneath it to load or unload passengers. Is that?
Well, you can, yeah, you can pull in, but it's nothing covering it until you get out of the vehicle.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so he pulled into that area up next to the emergency room. He got out, so it's a black male got out, and what did you see when the black male got out of the car?
The male was holding a infant baby.
And what did you see him do?
He got out. He rushed in inside the ER, made contact with the hostess desk. At that point, I don't know what he advised them because I was paying attention to his mannerism. So at that point, I knew it had to be something serious. So by the time I walked out the security booth door and walked down to the ambulance bay entrance, by that time, Mr. William was brought back with the infant child, and they had the infant child inside one of the rooms working on it.
Okay. All right. Let me. There's a couple things there that you covered that I want to go back to be very clear about. Okay, so when you saw him come into the front, you were still or through the ER door. You were still in the security booth, right?
Yes, sir.
And you saw him come in with the baby. And did you see what he did with the baby?
No, sir, not at that time.
Not at that time. Okay. And you said he stopped at the. Did you say the hostess desk? What's the hostess desk?
Well, the hostess, when you come in, you talk to them, you tell them the reason why you're visiting the ER.
So it's just sort of pre-check-in. I mean,
Yes.
It's like the first person you can talk to when you come in the door.
Yes.
So where did he go from the hostess desk? Could you see?
Immediately, I believe the hostess got up and scanned the badge to let him through the back. Once they went through the doors, the hostess got the attention of the nurses and doctors that was back there in the ER, and that's when they started attending to the baby.
Okay. So what did you do? You said that something about going through the ambulance entrance. Tell
Yes,
me about how you did that.
So, well, I exited out the security booth, and that led to outside. Walked a short distance down to the ambulance bay and entered the ER through those doors.
When you went through those doors from the ambulance side, did you see Julian Williams?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay, so and back a moment ago, you said you saw a car pull up with a black male. Did you know it was Julian Williams at the time, or did you just learn later that that's what his name was?
I learned later that way.
Okay, you didn't know him when he first came up.
No, sir.
So you came into the ambulance door, and where was he when you came to the ambulance door and saw him?
He was standing at the trauma room where they was working on the baby.
Okay, was he in the room with the people who were working on the baby, or was he in sort of that common area right outside the room?
He was in that common area, but real close to the door.
Okay, so he was near the door where they were, but he wasn't in there with them.
Right.
And what did you do?
At that time, briefly, I went inside the room to take a look at the child to see exactly what was going on. One of the nurses pointed out a couple of injuries to the baby face. At that time, I made contact with Mr. William and kind of pulled him away from the ER and walked him out the ambulance bay.
And when you say you pulled him away from the ER, you don't mean that in any physical sense.
No,
do you?
we walked out.
He walked out.
Yes.
I mean, he
I asked him to step
voluntarily
out with
went with you.
Yes.
You asked him to go with you. And,
Yes.
Yeah. And why would you walk from there outside?
Because at that time, because of what was going on with the baby and what they was doing with the baby, didn't want him to. He was already emotional. Didn't want him to continue to be getting even more emotional, noticing what they was doing with the baby. And plus, I had to find out what was going on and why the baby was brought to the ER.
Now, you said a few moments ago that you had watched him as he came up, that you were watching his the way he was acting, his mannerisms or whatever. I think you said that is how you knew that it was something serious.
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Okay. What did you observe about his behavior or his demeanor or his attitude, whatever? What did you observe about him that caused you to reach that conclusion?
Well, when he brought the baby and he had the baby over his shoulder, the baby wasn't moving. It appeared that the baby didn't have any life to him. once I made contact with him in the ER, he was emotional to the point where it appeared that his life had been drained out of him.
Was that one of the reasons that you felt like it might be better to get him away from from the immediate area where they were tending to the child?
Right.
So you asked him to walk outside with you. Where did y'all walk to?
We walked out the Amherst Bay and stood in the Amherst Bay area.
And you asked him what had happened, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First, let me ask you this, did he tell you whatever it was that had happened? Did he tell you where it had happened?
Not at that time.
Or where he was?
Not at that time.
Okay. All right. So he told you, what did he tell you about what had happened?
He stated that the baby had failed. And at that point, that's pretty much all he had said.
Okay. Now, do you recall when we met before? Did he tell you where he was when the baby fell?
No, sir, not at that time.
Not at that time. He just said the baby had fallen.
Had fallen.
Okay. And what did he do? I mean, after he told you that, what did you do?
At that point, because of the nature that I observed the baby, and I radioed to the on-duty shift supervisor and advised them that I had a situation at the hospital that was dealing with the infant baby.
So you radioed to the on-shift supervisor where?
With APD, America's
At
PD.
America's PD, okay. Radioed the APD, all right. And why did you call APD?
Because at the time I was believed that the whatever was going on with the baby had happened somewhere in the city.
Okay. Once you called APD, did you continue talking to Mr. Williams? Was he still standing there with you?
Yes.
Okay. Did he tell you anything further about what had happened while y'all were standing there?
Yeah. So he further advised that that the baby had fallen out of a chair based off of what his girlfriend told him.
Okay. So he said his girlfriend told him the baby had fallen out of a chair.
Yes.
Did he tell you where he was when the baby fell out of the chair?
Not at that time.
I mean, did you ask him at any point, like, where were you there? Did you see it? Where were you? Did you ask him that?
Not at that time.
Okay. Was there anything about his physical appearance that was notable to you in any way?
For his clothes wise, it appeared that he had two large stains on the right side of on his right shoulder.
Did you find out did you know what those were? Did you recognize them or learn from him what was all over his shoulder?
Yes, I later found out that it was vomit from the baby.
So, was there any point when you were talking to him that the girlfriend came up and started talking to y'all, joined y'all?
Well, while we was outside, the nursing staff came out and advised that at the time that we was believed they advised that the baby mom had showed up.
Okay. So the nurse came out and said the baby's told y'all that it was the baby's mother,
yes.
which of course is not true, but
not true. Right.
But that's what they thought at the time.
Yes.
And did she come out to talk to you?
Well, me and Mr. William went back on the inside, and we stood not by the trauma room, but more close to the nurses station desk.
And who who was there with?
At the time, it was me, Mr. Williams, and Miss Trinity.
Okay. When you were standing there near the nurse's desk, did y'all continue having any conversation about what had happened?
Yes, at that time I asked Miss Trinity what had happened.
Okay. What did she tell you?
She said that the baby was sitting on a chair, like she described it like a lower beanbag chair. The baby was sitting on a chair eating some chips and drinking a juice. She turned away from the child. She heard something what appeared to have fallen, turned around, went and picked the baby up and attended to the baby.
Okay. Did she say anything to you then, or did Mr. Williams say anything to you at that point about where he was when the fall had happened?
At that point, that's when I found out that the baby was at GSW.
Okay. Okay. So someone was telling you where he was, and that's when they explained that the baby was at GSW?
No, I didn't find out till after we walked back out the ambulance bay that Mr. Williams was not there at the dorm room with Miss Trinity and the baby.
Okay, so you didn't know, at that point you didn't know that he wasn't there when the baby supposedly fell out of the chair? Do you recall Mr. Williams saying that?
Your Honor, I object to the leading question.
Well, Your Honor, I'm trying to bring to.
Well, I didn't hear the complete question.
I tell you what. I'll just start back over. I'll rephrase the question. Did anyone say anything to you during that time when you were standing, either whether you were right there or outside? Did anyone say anything to you about how Mr. Williams learned about the fall,
Yes.
learned about the baby falling?
Well, at that point, Lieutenant English and Sergeant Webb had arrived.
Okay.
I had already called Chief Lewis and was advising him of the incident that they had a incident involving an infant baby.
Now, why would you call Chief Lewis?
Chief Lewis because he's the chief of GSW campus police.
So when you found out that this had happened or something had happened on the GSW campus, you called Chief Lewis?
Yes.
Right. You said English and Webb arrived. Who were they?
That's Lieutenant English and Sergeant Webb. They was the supervisors on duty at the time.
From the Americas Police Department.
Yes.
Okay. Now, were you wearing a body cam of any sort?
No, sir, I wasn't.
Okay. Why weren't you wearing a body cam when you were working it that day?
It's not common for me to wear it. For one, being in the ER, I don't want to run the camera due to any HIPAA violation.
You can't. You're not supposed to be recording stuff, but just generally in the ER, people coming and going, right?
Right.
Okay. And did you do a report of any sort yourself about these conversations?
No, sir, I didn't.
Did anyone describe for you a call or calls being made from Ms. Poague to Mr. Williams after the baby had supposedly fallen?
Any calls between the two?
Right.
No, sir.
Okay, you don't recall anybody talking about who had called who?
No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, are you talking about with the condition of the baby, or what had happened with the baby, or?
Right, I'm talking about like after the baby supposedly had fallen, did anyone tell you about phone calls between
Yes.
the two of them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I
What,
didn't
what,
understand.
from whom did you learn anything about the phone calls?
From Mr. Williams.
Okay, and what did Mr. Williams tell you?
Mr. Williams stated that he left the campus to go to Walmart to get some diapers and to pick up some pizza. He advised just about the time that he got back on campus, he got a call from his girlfriend stating that something was wrong with the baby.
Okay. Got a call that something was wrong with the baby.
Yes.
And then it picked up from there what you described to us earlier, is that right?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second, please. Nothing further this time, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor, may it please court. Good morning, Lieutenant Allen. I'm T. Gamble. I represent Trinity Poague. You doing okay today?
I'm good.
Good. I just have a few questions for you. You were on duty there at the ER, and that's a place that you're familiar with from having worked there for a while, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in this particular case, you see a young man come in with a child in distress, so you obviously followed up to try to find out what was going on, correct?
Yes.
Now, when he first came in with the child in distress, you described a scene where the child is very quickly handed off to be taken into the ER room, correct?
Correct.
And they began, I assume, to work on the child right then, right? Now, there was a nurse present at that time.
There was several.
Can you tell me, do you recall who was present?
I can't.
Was there any doctor present at that time?
I believe Dr. Busman.
Did he come in with the nurse?
I think he was already there. But
Okay. So you're watching that, and you took Mr. Williams away because of the situation and wanting to talk to him, correct?
yes,
And the thing that he told you is the child he's the first person to tell you anything about what might have happened. He said the child had fallen, correct?
Yes.
Now, later on, he had told you about a telephone call from his girlfriend that had informed him the child something was wrong, for he needed to come back, correct?
Yes.
That's the scene you described where he was in the parking lot or very near the dorm when he got called, correct?
he was somewhere in that area.
And she calls him, but he said at that time, he said that the only thing he told you about the telephone call, I think you had said that something is wrong with the baby.
Yes.
He did not tell you that she told him anything about what caused the harm to the baby then, did he?
Not at that time.
And then when he got there, he just simply told you the child had fallen, correct?
Yes.
And when he told you that, at that time, Miss Poague, who was misidentified as the baby mama, but was actually his girlfriend, was not present at the hospital yet, was she?
Not at that time.
So he couldn't have been talking to her there at the hospital about anything. He came right ahead, and she arrived later, didn't she?
She did.
Now, this was a fairly serious matter, was it not?
It was.
And in your training, I suppose, you've been taught that normally you would make a report, instant report, to try to detail things when it's of serious nature that might involve criminal matters, correct?
Well, if I was on duty, I was on Phoebe Sumter. I was on duty at Phoebe Sumter, but not necessarily in my duty capacity with the APD. So in that sense, I wouldn't do a incident report. But if I was on duty, my actual duty with APD, yes.
So when you're working just security at Phoebe, your duty to make a report and all is not the same as when you're with the American Police Department, is that
Right.
it? That's all the questions I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, any redirect?
No, sir, I don't think so.
Okay, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lamb?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're free to stay. Go.